Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us to learn more about the Eastern Caribbean Business Resilience Challenge. I'm Richard Crispin, CEO of Collaborate Up, and I'm joined by Soumya Krishnamurthy from the Pan American Development Foundation and Derek Salibi from Total Impact Capital. Together, we are implementing the Caribbean Corporate Investment for Resilience, or CCIR, blended finance mechanism on behalf of the United States Agency for International Development. We'll start with some context for our initiative, why we launched it, and how it works, and then we'll dive into how you can apply. Businesses play a critical role in supporting disaster resilience in their communities. They often supply food, energy, or other goods, support logistics, distribution, or waste management after a disaster, or provide needed support to their employees. CCIR includes a multi-stakeholder coalition and a blended finance mechanism. Through a series of workshops and interviews led by the Global Knowledge Initiative, the CCIR Coalition identified three priority areas: multi-sector coordination for crisis response, business continuity planning, and supply chain support. The CCIR blended finance mechanism will support projects that address these challenge areas, contributing to economic growth, sustainability, and resilience, thereby strengthening communities. To find businesses and other organizations interested in becoming more disaster resilient, CCIR is launching the Eastern Caribbean Business Resilience Challenge. By applying for the Business Resilience Challenge, you can access flexible funding on terms catered to your capital needs, assistance in creating bankable proposals, and workshops and seminars with practical business advice. Now I'll hand it over to my colleague, Derek Salibi, to give more background on who should apply. Derek?
Great, thanks, Richard. So we're looking to support small and medium enterprises, as well as select larger enterprises, in addition to public-private partnerships and other organizations with revenues and financial streams that will produce a rate of return. And in addition to that, will provide us with a sense of measurable social impact, scalability, and an impact with regards to resilience. To apply, you'll need your organization to be legally registered within the Eastern Caribbean, whether that's in Saint Lucia or elsewhere, and operating in Saint Lucia, specifically for the first round of applications, with a project idea that will contribute to the community resilience and will also have financial returns, and be able to provide historical financial information or a record of success so that we can gauge whether or not we think there is a way forward. What are we looking for when it comes to resilience increasing measures and opportunities? Business resilience increasing projects can be defined rather broadly and include a wide range of activities. At the community level, resilience increasing projects could be within local agriculture, for example, in the areas of sustainable food supply, renewable and/or decentralized energy, transportation, distribution or logistics for disaster response, digital infrastructure, and/or investments in more resilient information communications technologies, and/or waste management and hazardous waste materials and removal. The list I'm giving you is by no means all-inclusive, but it gives you a sense of what we're talking about. At a business level, examples of resilience increasing projects might be creating business continuity plans, digital upgrading, insurance products, taking flood mitigation measures, or installing backups infrastructure in anticipation of the next disaster. We hope that these examples might have sparked some ideas. However, please keep in mind that these are just examples, and we're open to a wide range of projects from any sector. If you see a connection between support for your business project or an idea and increased resilience for your business or community, we encourage you to apply. And with that, I'll hand it over to my teammate, Soumya Krishnamurthy, who will explain in more detail how you can proceed with the application process. Soumya?
Thanks, Derek. It's great to be here to explain this process. This is a three-stage application process, starting with a concept note, then a full application, and finally an optional pitch session to present your ideas to potential funders. The challenge is open for entities operating in Saint Lucia, and you can apply anytime between July 27th and September 23rd, 2022. It's a rolling process, so our team will review your concept and get back to you within a few weeks on moving on to the next stage. To access the application, you would visit the Innovation Competitions page on the USAID website, which is linked below, and click on the link to complete the application. The application page will take you to a Google form to apply. This Google form has 3 sections: company information, application questions, and funding information. There is also an additional section on the disaster resilience ecosystem, but that will not be part of the evaluation. Once you're in the form, you'll start by providing basic company info, like your location, your registration status, your size, and sector. Then you'll select if you're interested in partnerships, funding, or both. Tell us how you were referred to the challenge and describe your current activities. The next question is about the new activities you plan to undertake. Please describe your project and how it'll benefit from partnerships, training, and/or funding. The next question then is about key challenge areas. It is optional for projects to address these key challenge areas, but you do score additional points if your project does. In the next question, tell us about how you will use the funds requested to improve the ability of your business or your community to recover during or after a disaster, followed by an estimated timeline to carry out the activities planned. We recommend you follow the SMART guideline, that is, be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound in describing your activities. Finally, you'll need to provide some financial information. This includes the amount of funding you're seeking, which should match your project activities. The amount requested can be up to $100,000. Tell us what kind of funding you're seeking. Is it for early stage? Is it trade financing, etc.? Finally, in this section, you'll need to provide your revenue and profits for the past 3 fiscal years. The last part of the application is an optional section on the business resilience ecosystem, which won't be scored. Once you submit your concept note, it'll be evaluated based on whether it has a clear connection or a contribution to disaster resilience for 3 points, clear plan for activities for 4 points, and a clear correlation between the amount of funding sought and the project plan for 1 point. Additional points will be awarded if your project connects to one or more of the key challenge areas, or if your business or organization is women-owned or women-led. Finally, here are a few key tips to keep in mind when filling in your application. To save your progress on the Google form and come back to it, sign into a Google account. There is also a PDF form linked below and on our Facebook page. You can download this and use it to preview all the questions. And if the Google form is not working for you for one reason or another, you can also download and fill in that form in PDF and submit your application via email to my colleague Madeline St. John at mstjohn@padf.org. And if you have any questions during the process, you can reach out to us via email anytime. And that's it for the concept note stage of the application. To recap, we will be asking you for general company information, your project idea, and basic financial information. For the next stage, there'll be support available to help you fill in the full application and prepare the necessary financial documentation.
Thanks, Soumya, for that step-by-step explanation. We hope those of you watching now feel confident and ready to apply. You can follow us on Facebook for more updates on the challenge and upcoming training opportunities. We look forward to seeing your application soon and working with you to increase resilience to disasters in the Eastern Caribbean.